Disadvantage. What is it? According to the Oxford Dictionary, it is an unfavourable circumstance or condition that reduces the chances of success or effectiveness. In simpler terms, it's basically an unfavourable situation where your opponent has more control of the situation than you do. In this video, I'm going to be explaining and highlighting some common issues you might have with your disadvantage state and ways to improve on it. So with that, let's get started! Too many times I see people use their jumps in the worst situations. The most prominent examples of this are jumping straight out of hit stun and jumping above the ledge when off stage. In both of these situations you can utilise your jumps so much better, like assisting in landing or mixing up your recovery. Another thing people like to do with their jumps is jump out of combos. Jump comes out frame 1, so many people like to mash it as it's your quickest option out of hit stun. This can result in you losing your jump and then still getting hit by the combo, meaning you have no jump to assist you in landing. Instead, it is just worth taking the damage if you know you're going to get hit regardless whether you jump or not. Study matchups and find out which setups you can and can't jump out of. Common situations I see people mash jump out of are Mario, Peach and Bayonetta combos, just to name a few. When off stage, keep an eye on how you're mixing up your recovery. If you keep going for a high recovery or a low recovery, your opponent's just going to suss this out quickly. I know it sounds obvious, but I've faced countless opponents who rarely mix up the recovery timings. Make sure you keep a note of how often you're recovering in a certain way, and make sure you're continuing to mix up throughout the game. If you've gone low twice, how about going high the next time, or maybe opt to air dodge to ledge instead? Remember, keep mixing it up to keep your opponent guessing. Unless you're like Dr. Mario or something. Yeah, you just gotta hope and pray that they miss that edge guard. Yeah, stop doing this. And this. And definitely don't do this. Panic air dodge is some of the easiest ways for your opponent to put you back into disadvantage. If you're being comboed or get put into an awkward position, don't always keep pressing air dodge, because even if you panic air dodge and your opponent misses, they can just use this information for another punish either later in the game or in the set. Just be aware of your air dodge habit and make sure you're not doing it every time you're pressured. Definitely do air dodge in some situations, don't get me wrong. But the key thing here is to keep an eye on how often you're air dodging, especially in disadvantageous positions. When landing in a disadvantageous state, it's very common for players to press a button. This is typically because the opponent is panicking and thinks this is the most effective way to land. Other players will easily be able to acknowledge if their opponent is using an aggressive option in disadvantage and will often position themselves in ways to counter said option. Players can also keep an eye on how their opponents are landing throughout the game and use information for a punish later. Let's look at this situation again, but in more detail. Notice how my opponent continues to land with an aggressive option throughout the game. I catch on to this, which gives me the confidence to go for a hard read on his landing to secure me the win. But yeah, just be aware of how often you are using an aggressive option in disadvantage and understand that there are other options available to you. Other examples include retreating to a platform or empty landing. And those are some ways in which you can improve your disadvantage state. I'm going to be making more videos in the future, so don't forget to like and subscribe and all that jazz. I have got some video ideas, however, any recommendations of anything you'd like me to cover, just let me know in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you all next time. Catch you later guys.